We made this video for existing Django programmers. You can skip this video if it gets too technical for you. Have you ever started up a project thinking that the source code structure that Django initially presents is sufficient? Then later, when users start proposing new demands and your application grows, you suddenly end up with source code files with several thousand code lines, which is hard to overview and maintain? At some point, you then need to restructure your code, and you spent hours or even days cleaning up. Maybe you even introduce a few bugs into a well-functioning system while cleaning up. Every programmer dealing with larger projects have found themselves in this situation, and that's why Djangobooster made a few design choices already in the code generator. In this video, we will look at these choices and how these choices affect the project file structure. I've opened the source code folder. Let us navigate to the products folder. If you're a Django programmer already, you will notice an extra folder layer for the tables. Each sub-application, called schema in the Djangobooster terminology, consists of subfolders for each table. Inside these subfolders, you will see the traditional Django files, for instance, model.py, forms.py, views.py, urls.py, tests.py, etc. Actually, you will also notice a number of files called extra. These files function as the borderline between generated code and handwritten code. More about that later. For models.py, we have a similar file in the schema level. This file includes import statements into the subfolder level in order to enable Django to migrate the database structure. Djangobooster kept the known HTML file structure in the templates folder, but we created a strict naming convention for the generated HTML code. We have also separated the settings.py file into several files inside the subsettings folder. We did this because it allows the developer to maintain several subsetting file versions depending on the staging. Inside the main application folder, in this case order handling, you will also notice that the files that Django usually generates from the command line has been generated by Djangobooster. We had to do this because our goal was to create a one-click-to-finished application solution. We generated a template folder in the root folder that by default consists of error page templates. The admin system templates makes it easier for the developer to change the presentation of admin pages. We also placed all the JavaScript libraries and CSS files that Djangobooster code uses inside the standards static folder. All standard template files are also located inside the standard folder. Attaching comments, files, and images, as well as maintaining bookmarks and the action log, also resides under standards. Djangobooster had several goals. One of them was to provide a standard project skeleton for even the largest web projects, where all files had their specific and logical place inside the project. Having a standardized structure that is logical and well documented is very important, especially when projects grow and you have several developers cooperating on a project. In later videos, we will dive much more detailed into each source file and its role inside a standard Djangobooster project.